Welcome to the After the Show show. It's just Ainsley and
you and the girls.
Heather
You and the girls.
All right, so what should we talk about today?
What a busy news day.
Really
I mean,
a lot going on.
All of this with Bo Bergdahl and it coming at the same time that we're still talking about the the Veterans Administration scandal, and that still hasn't been sorted out. There's just so much going on.
A lot that Congress is dealing with.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for pinch hitting today. We
You're
got at the last word
welcome.
at the last minute that Elizabeth was a little under the weather, and so you just stepped right in.
Well,
now, do you actually get her paycheck for the day?
I wish.
That would be nice.
Let's work that out. Yeah, you're friends with Roger. Can we work that out?
Oh, you get paid just plenty. No, you're absolutely right. It was a very busy day, and good job just stepping in to,
thanks.
to do all those segments.
You guys are pros, so it's easy to sit on the sofa with you because
we're just big mouths. We just love to talk.
You just are a good leader.
Well.
Steve, you had a tough interview today with the parents of that young lieutenant who had died in Afghanistan. The parents say that they have heard from some of their son's fellow soldiers that their son was hit by an RPG, or his Jeep was, as he was searching for Bo Bergdahl. That was a tough interview.
It was a tough interview, and especially given the fact that their son had told the parents before he died that he regarded Bergdahl as a deserter. Oh, yeah. And so the parents felt and feel like their son did not have to die because, he chose to go off, and yet we sent all those guys and gals looking for him, and then their poor son died, and at least 5 others, maybe as many as 14, could be even higher than that. People were killed. And the toughest part of the interview was at the end, though, because when he asked to describe him, and then you heard it, it was just heartbreaking.
Well, I imagine you're thinking about being a father and a father of children roughly that same age, and what those parents are going through, and that young man left behind a wife and I think a 1-year-old baby, and his wife was pregnant at the time too.
I know it. And
such a sacrifice.
The baby who was born after he was killed, I think it's 3-something now, 3.5.
Yeah.
It's a terrible story, but there are so many stories like that out there, and nobody seems to tell those stories, and that's one of the reasons Fox is so widely viewed, because the military can count on us to do our best to tell their story.
Well, anytime an American goes missing, of course, you want to find him or her. You want the best. You want to bring them home. But this is an individual who many of the fellow soldiers that he fought with are saying he left on his own. He was a deserter. There were Facebook messages that he wrote saying, I'm ashamed to be an American. And so when you learn that your child who's fighting for our country dies looking for this individual who doesn't want to be a part of the country, it just baffles all of us.
Absolutely. And this guy had left a note, according to the New York Times, that said, I'm leaving. I'm going to go start a new life. Right. And so he did. I think perhaps in his heart, he thought, I'm going to do something good. I'm an American. I can help the people of Afghanistan. But, pretty soon, there's another story that apparently he was in a nearby village, and he was asking the townspeople, hey, you know anybody who speaks English? Because I want to talk to the Taliban. Next thing you know, Taliban come calling, and they realize they've got the golden goose. Yeah, well, they got him.
There's no one who knows the reintegration process better than our U.S. military, and having done this for so long. But and we don't know, of course, how long that is all going to take. But boy, we're really looking forward to hearing his story, what he has to say,
or if he'll even want to be here. Going forward, he might want to be in another country and not be here in America. It seems that he doesn't want to be here.
There's there's a lot we know, but there's so much more we don't.
Yeah, and I'm really curious about the timing of this release. This is as the president's trying to wind down Guantanamo Bay, close it out in time for him to get out of office and for Democrats to run in 2016. But then also I'm wondering if it has anything to do with the VA story and the timing of this, because of course the VA story had really heated up last week with Shinseki. I mean, hard to imagine it was just Friday that news came out. Jay Carney, that news coming out,
that's what everyone was talking about,
and it suddenly shifts the focus.
I think you're 100% right, because the administration has been taking a beating over the VA thing, and I read this morning, I think in the Washington Post, that the administration thought they were going to get all these accolades for getting this guy sprung. They were envisioning back in whenever that was, when the 52 American hostages from Iran came home, and they all were heroes, and everybody was happy, and the administration got a bounce. Well, this is just completely blown blown up in their face because apparently enough people weren't talking to the president about, this guy's a deserter. We got the evidence on this guy. And what did they trade for him? Everything.
Yeah, those Gitmo guys. And you'd have to think, if they wanted to get Bergdahl out, I understand that. But there's another way to do it, too. Mm-hmm. And, we haven't heard directly, obviously, from the military on this angle, but they oftentimes stage raids to go in and get these guys, and they send in our special ops to get them.
Dick Cheney said yesterday, it's not a matter of if, it's when will these 5 Gitmo detainees attack America again and participate in al-Qaeda and other terroristic events. So that's what everyone was talking about, my group of friends over the weekend. If these guys, when are they going to come back? What's going to happen? And then if there is another 9/11 or are more terrorist attacks, the president will be out of office at that point, and so won't have to face the consequences.
It's frightening. A frightening time, really.
It really is. Well, anyway, thanks for joining us on the big show today from 6 to 9. We're going to do it again tomorrow, same time, same couch. Hope you join us.
Have a great day. Bye.